not just pictures to me. I was there. I was there again and again and again, not just to visit and leave. Slept there, dodged Qassam rockets, went there with people, begged people come and look and see what this is, understand what the people of Gush Katif are all about.
When I first saw the stormtroopers, we call them the Yasamim. They were in black leather boots and black uniforms meant to intimidate, which they did. My parents are Holocaust survivors. I was terrified of them.
When you're engaged to be married and you decide to break it off, that's a disengagement. It's an expulsion, or even more accurately, a pogrom that occurred there.
The enormity of this horrible, horrible expulsion, God forbid it should ever happen again. Chas v'chalila, that any Israeli government should evict Jews from their homes. We see that it has led to no good, and we knew that in advance.
When I used to go there, people who were dedicated to Torah, dedicated to the land, dedicated to the people, to the Jewish people, these were the gems, the diamonds of the Jewish people. And it was a terrible tragedy, and I had the schus. When I look back, I thank Hashem. It ended up being a tragedy, but I thank Hashem that Hashem gave me the seichel, that's where I belonged. Sometimes we think, what can I do? Don't ever say that, because Hashem runs the world.
The army first came into Neve de Kelim. Chabad finished building a women's mikveh, and they had a Chanukah Habayit with all these rabbis, Chabad rabbis, other rabbis on a dais. One rabbi said, he quoted the Lubavitcher Rebbe, he said, the Lubavitcher Rebbe says that immediately before the coming of Mashiach, the Sitra Achra, the negative aspect in our world, is going to be irrational, completely off the wall, and the only way to fight that kind of evil is by being irrational on the side of holiness.
Never give away any part of Eretz Yisrael, and we take that to heart.
Just let me say one thing about Chabad, because I know, I was there. The only group in the entire Jewish people, the rabbis were not there, the Jewish religious organizations were not there. There was one group that consistently fought for Gush Katif in America and all over the world, and that was Chabad. One of our trips, I remember someone from the Crown Heights community who came with the Sefer Torah. Right. What family was that?
The Holzberg
family. I remember with the Sefer Torah, and I remember the Lubavitcher Shliach in Gush Katif. I remember going for a cup of coffee that Shabbos before Tisha B'Av in his house, and there were people sleeping on the floor throughout his house and people sleeping outside. It was amazing. I remember an angel from Lubavitch, from Chabad.
And he said, look at us, building a mikveh. They think they're throwing us out, and we spent all this money. Immediately following, Rabbi Volpa had brought in a Sefer Torah, a Torah scroll, that there was a dedication. Immediately after the mikveh was dedicated, and there was a mitzvah tank with Mashiach flags and music, and everybody was dancing. Thousands of people were dancing. They brought the soldiers, the soldiers in their uniforms, and they were dancing together. And all of a sudden, I remembered the words of the previous Lubavitcher Rebbe, Rabbi Yosef Yitzchak Schneerson, that you don't acknowledge the opposite of good. You do not even let it in. You don't see it. It doesn't exist. From that moment on, nothing scared me anymore. Not the black leather boots and not the threat of breaking bones. There was just a higher reality. It was the closest I felt I've ever come to actually experiencing Mashiach. And from then on, it was just on a higher plane.